السلام عليكم ورحمة الله يحيى.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Alhamdulillah, we've started our journey of Sarf and we've started with the first chapter, which is Al-Fi'l al-Madi. So the first chapter, which is Al-Fi'l al-Madi. Fi'l al-Madi is basically the past tense verb. Fi'l means verb and Madi means past tense verb. Madi means past tense. So the past tense verb in Arabic language, there's a certain scales that are used for past tense verb. The very basic scales right now, which we are learning, but which forms the foundation of all the scales, are the ones that we can see on the screen, which is fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu. Now I'll read the first line, and inshallah, Yahya, you'll repeat. Then I'll read the second line, you'll repeat that before we move on to the new part for today's session. So the first line, we'll read it. Remember, every three will pause, and the right hand and the left hand movement, which is the right hand for the first three, for the males, it'll be the right hand. For the females, it'll be the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, etc. So number one, فعل, فعلا, فعلوا, فعلت, فعلتا, فعلنا, فعلت, فعلتما, فعلتم, فعلت, فعلتما, فعلتن, فعلت, فعلنا. Yep, yeah, if you could repeat them.
فعل فعلا فعلوا فعلت فعلتا فعلنا فعلت فعلتما فعلتم فعلت فعلتما فعلتن فعلت فعلنا.
The second line, فعل, فعلا, فعلوا, فعلت, فعلتا, فعلنا, فعلت, فعلتما, فعلتم, فعلت, فعلتما, فعلتن, فعلت, فعلنا.
فعل فعلا فعلوا فعلت فعلتا فعلنا فعلت فعلتما فعلتم فعلت فعلتما فعلتن فعلت فعلنا.
Very good. You know, I want to keep repeating and reminding yourself, Yahya and all the students, in Sarf, don't worry about the understanding of it right now. Honestly, eventually, you'll realize why we just emphasize so much on the reading of the scales. I've seen many students in the higher classes of Alimiyah, they won't struggle on the understanding behind the Sarf. That is so easy once we explain it at the appropriate time. What people continue to struggle with is the reading of the scales fluently. So that's why we want to emphasize that and just focus on that for now. Is that okay, Yahya?
Yeah, that's okay.
Because I can see that you'll be burning inside, just wanting to know, like, but what am I doing here in Sarf? Just trust the process, repeat the scales. So now let's go on to our new part. Our new part is actually, I do it in a cheat way. So I'm not sure if you want to learn it the proper way or if you want to learn it the cheat way. We're going to learn or read line 3 and line 4. But just before I explain line 3 and 4, I'm just going to explain one thing at this moment. It'll just help you learn these two lines. The first two lines were about positive way of saying something. For example, fa'ala means he did. Fu'ila means he was done upon. Someone did this to him. So for example, he helped. And fa'ala is like, for example, he helped. Fu'ila would be he was helped. Anyway, the main thing is the first two lines, they're positive. So it's about an action being done. So action was done or done upon. The main thing is done. It's the affirmation of an action. Whereas the second two, which is line 3 and 4, is negative. So line 3 and 4, that will be negative. Negative. So in that, we'll be saying not done or not done upon. Now, I know I did say I'm not going to explain everything right now. We're going to do that later. But I've just briefly explained what line 1 and 2 is about. It's about a positive regarding an action being done or done upon. Whereas line 3 and 4 is about a negative, negation of an action being done or done upon. And the only reason I explained that much right now is because now you'll understand when we come to the reading of the lines. In the reading of the line 3, I'll read the first three. Ma fa'ala, ma fa'ala, ma fa'alu. Yahya, before you read, is there anything you notice between ma fa'ala, ma fa'ala, ma fa'alu compared to the first line? So the third line compared to the first line, did you notice anything?
They look like they're exactly the same, except for the ma.
They're 100% very good, mashallah. May Allah increase your knowledge, put barakah in knowledge. They're 100% the same. So line 3, if you look throughout, so if you actually look throughout line 3, and if you look throughout line 1, they are 100% the same. They have to, or they should be 100% the same. The only difference is the ma at the beginning. Throughout, down the line, the ma at the beginning. For example, let's take the last one. Fa'alna and ma fa'alna. So line 3 and line 1 are 100% the same. The only difference is the addition of the ma in line 3. Because ma in Arabic language on past tense, by the way, ma has many meanings. You learn them through context mainly. But in our scales of past tense scales, ma is a negation. It means not. So ma fa'ala, not or never. So it's just a negation. So ma fa'ala will mean he never did. So we'll use the translation of never, he never did. Now, when to use not, when to use never, all those kind of small things, you'll understand that throughout Sarf, and more importantly, while studying more and more Arabic language, you'll realize from context, you'll just be able to work it out. But at this stage, this is more important. The key point you need to understand is a negation, it's a negative meaning. Now, what negative meaning? You'll work that out appropriately based on the context. But ma fa'ala means he never did. Is that clear, Yahya?
G, that's clear.
Okay. Now, how do you think you're going to read this line 3 now? You kind of understood between line 3. In fact, just before that, I'll explain one more part, which is line 4. Does line 4 look similar to anything?
It looks similar to, like, in the same as line 2.
Very good. So notice line 4 and line 2, they're 100% the same, except the addition of the
ma.
Of the ma at the beginning of line 4. Because again, line 4 is the same meaning as line 2. Fu'ila was, he was done upon, he was helped. Ma fu'ila, he was not done upon. For example, he was not helped. So the only difference is the negation, the ma. So that's basically line 3 and 4 done. Line 3 is same as line 1. Line 4 is same as line 2, just the addition of ma. Now, how would you read line 3, for example, Yahya? If you want to try.
It would be similar to line 1, I'm assuming. So, ma fa'ala, ma fa'ala, ma fa'alu. ما فعلت ما فعلتا ما فعلنا ما فعلت ما فعلتما ما فعلتم ما فعلتي ما فعلتما ما فعلتن ما فعلت ما فعلنا.
Very good. You read it 100% right. 100% you read it right. But I would not recommend the way you read it. Rather, I would do a cheat here, which is, if someone told me, if my teacher told me that read line 3, or he'll give the heading, he'll mention the heading. Once we've studied the heading, he'll mention the heading and he'll say, read the negative form of fa'ala. So obviously, Yahya will say, ma fa'ala, ma fa'ala, ma fa'alu. I would answer as saying, fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu, fa'alat, fa'alata, fa'alna, fa'alta, fa'altuma, fa'altum, fa'alti, fa'altuma, fa'altunna, fa'altu, fa'alna. Did I read it right?
You never included the ma.
So I've just made 14 mistakes there, because there's 14 scales going down. So I've made 14 mistakes. So as soon as I finish fa'alna, as soon as I finish, the teacher will say, you've made 14 mistakes. But before the teacher says that, I'm going to quickly say, after fa'alna, adona ma before, adona ma at the beginning of all of them. Adona ma at the beginning of all of them. So I'll read it, fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu, fa'alat, fa'alata, fa'alna, fa'alta, fa'altuma, fa'altum, fa'alti, fa'altuma, fa'altunna, fa'altu, fa'alna, adama before all of them. So before Yahya could correct me, I quickly said adama before all of them. Now, why am I saying learn it in that way? By the way, most people just learn it as ma fa'ala, ma fa'ala, ma fa'alu, how Yahya read it. But why am I saying actually ignore the ma, just read it fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu, and then at the end, just say, before anyone says you made a mistake, just quickly say adama before all of them. Why am I saying it like that? Because on your tongue, you don't want to unnecessarily create more scales. First 2 scales, there's no excuse, you have to learn it. But the third and fourth one, it's literally the same as the first 2. You just need to add a ma. But you know, if you now get your tongue used to ma fa'ala, ma fa'ala, ma fa'alu, you could get a bit twisted on your tongue. And okay, this is just page 1. Trust me, there's going to be about hundreds of charts coming. Book 2 has 150, 260 pages just full of charts. So there's going to be so many charts. So when you have so many different scales, you need to try to learn tricks how to reduce unnecessarily twisting your tongue to a scale which might mess your system up. Do you understand the point here?
Yeah.
So that's why I would basically say that just say fa'ala, fa'ala, fa'alu, and right at the end fa'alna, add a ma before it. Why? Because adding a ma before it is simple. Everyone understands that. It's not hard. Once you study more Arabic, it's very straightforward. Like as a second-year student, third-year student, fourth-year student would be able to do that very easily. But in the first year, it's very important that you just limit the scales, or you learn tricks how to limit the reading of the scales. Because or else, if you read all 4 as it is on the screen, like for example, the third one, ma fa'ala, ma fa'ala, ma fa'alu, and the fourth one, ma fu'ila, ma fu'ila, ma fu'ilu, a student will be going home thinking, I have to learn 4 scales. But it's not really 4, it's only first 2. The third and fourth is just adding a ma at the beginning. So why learn it for? Why get your tongue twisted unnecessarily? Just work more on the first 2. If someone asks you for the third one or the fourth one, the negative format of it, just say at the end, add a ma before it. So now, Yahya, I'll test you. Say fu'ila, which is line 2, by the way. Say fu'ila in a negative format.
فعل 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 فعلت فعلتا فعلنا فعلت فعلتما فعلتم فعلتي فعلتما فعلتن فعلت فعلنا. Another ma before all of it.
Yeah, very good, mashallah. May Allah increase your knowledge, put barakah in knowledge. Before the teacher can even say you've made 14 mistakes, quickly say add a ma before it. Done. And that will be perfect. That will be perfect. Even for your exams or any testing, etc. If you say in that way, before the examiner can say you made 14 mistakes, you quickly say add a ma before it, that will be perfectly fine. And it's from experience, I'm saying that this works really well. For now, you just trust the process. But overall, you'll realize yourself, especially in second year and third year, that it's true. There was no need to twist your tongue on a scale 3, on a scale 4. Rather, just learn 1 and 2 properly, and then just say add a ma before it if you get tested on third and fourth one. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So I think we'll finish there for today. Any questions, Yahya?
Just to clarify, so it's the same 2 scales as the 1 and 2, but just the addition of a ma, and ma just makes it negative meaning.
100%. Exactly what you said is perfectly fine. 100% correct.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So third and fourth, I've just copied 1 and 2. Third copies 1, fourth copies 2. In third and fourth, we just add a ma before it. And why? That ma creates a negative meaning. Then?
Yeah, that's clear.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.